Hello, this is Vicki Young. I'm the counselor at Kings High School for the 9th and 10th graders. I'd like to welcome the class of 2017 to high school. We hope this PowerPoint will help you to prepare for the transition and pre-registration. First, we'd like to talk about a positive transition. Our goal is that you would have a positive transition. Research tells us that connection helps to create a positive transition for students. The benefits of a connected student are that they have improved academic success, better school retention, less bullying on campus, more school spirit, and less depression among the students. So when there's a positive connection, we all benefit. So obviously, we want our Kings High School students to be connected. We encourage this connection through spiritual growth in Bible class, faith in the classroom, chapel, Bible studies, volunteer service hours. We want students to make a connection with their teachers, join clubs, find teams, friends, be leaders in extracurricular activities, join social activities, and come to the dances. We have programs like Link Crew and Freshman Frenzy and orientation so that we have more opportunities for students to meet each other and be connected. We want to help with a 4-year plan so that you can see the overall academic um, overview so that you know that we care. We know that your students are ready for high school, and we want them to feel ready for college when they're finished. A part of the positive transition is also providing communication. We want you to know that Judy Kelly and Nancy White are wonderful resources for you for communication. We also have conferences with your teachers twice a year. We have RenWeb, our online homework and communication tool. There's a daily bulletin where students hear announcements. These bulletin announcements are also listed on our website. We have principals coffee and other resources for parents. Many things that students can do to get involved. We have a list here of involvement for student life and sports. Athletic programs, you must have a 2.3 GPA to participate. The GPA is averaged over the course of a semester. We do want to provide some tips for success in high school. I've already mentioned being connected. Join a club or a team and have a sense of belonging. Your grades do count, so get good grades. Do your best that you can do. Take challenging classes. Stretch yourself. Get involved in those extracurricular opportunities and become a leader. Use your volunteer service hours to develop ongoing projects that really do make a difference in the community. Have the opportunity maybe be shaped by your character and things that are important to you. Find a passion. That's our hope, that over the next 4 years you might find something that really is a part of you and stirs something inside of you. And always be praying and believing that God has a plan for your life. Of course, we'll be preparing you for college throughout the high school years. We want you to focus on these 5 things over the next 4 years. Your GPA, taking challenging classes, essay writing skills, your SAT preparedness and readiness, extracurricular and leadership opportunities, and the volunteer service hours. You'll be planning for college in your own home, just talking about college. Visiting college campuses is another way to plan for college, and helping them find their passion, as I've mentioned. Here's a list of King's High School graduation requirements. These requirements prepare all of our students for the Washington State Colleges and University of Washington. Of course, you'll be competing with other candidates, college candidates, so we encourage you to take more years of math and science and foreign language to be able to compete. A little bit about how high school might be different than 8th grade. In 9th grade, there are no planners. You will not be given a planner, but we highly recommend that you use a planner, a calendar, and a to-do list. Students who have these are more successful. There's no AB days in high school. Every single day for a term, we do the same classes except on Friday we have chapel, and that's a little bit different. You'll have 9 classes overall instead of 8. We have no guided study hall. If that's been a tool that your student has used for success, talk within your family about what you'll need to be successful without guided study hall. You can take elective classes any time of the day and core classes any time. So you might have a core class last block of the day or an elective class first thing in the morning. We have a flex block, so we have one extra class each day that's 45 minutes for 4 days a week. That's called flex block. Lunches are open. There's more freedom. You can chew gum. Cell phones have different rules. People have cars and there's kids with cars, so there's a lot more freedom in moving around, something to talk about at home. There's school dances, chapels are bigger and louder. There's 4 grades in some classes. You might have students who are 14 years old and 19 years old in the same class. Here's our term calendar. You can see that we do have 9 classes, and one of those is the flex block. And flex block is 48 minutes and goes 4 days a week. On Fridays, we don't have flex block. That's the day we have chapel, and we have a little different schedule that day. So flex block might last the entire year, or it might be broken up into 2 classes, one starting in September, ending end of January, and another one starting in January and ending in June. In addition to that, we have 4 classes that we call blocks. And those run for 18 weeks, and they're 75 minutes every single day. We do have a final in November and a final in January, and then we start 4 more classes, and those go for 18 weeks with a final in March and one in June. Very important that you're here during finals. Finals are mandatory. Attendance is important throughout the year because every day that you miss is actually 2 days of class lecture and 2 days of homework. So it's very difficult to get caught up after you've missed a day of school or a week of school, especially in high school. Here's a picture of our regular daily schedule. We have longer breaks in between some of the blocks to give students a bit of a break. On Friday, we have a chapel schedule. We would start with first block, then go to chapel, then second block, then lunch, and then the afternoon would be similar. Here's a typical course requirement for 9th grade. Some of these classes would be just given to you, some you get to choose what class you would take. We have a healthy living core that's a little bit different than junior high. One of these classes is health, one is fitness. Fitness is more than just general PE. It includes wellness and nutrition and body core. It also is our only gender separate class and an all 9th grade class. So this would be a 9th grade class, gender separate. We're hoping that this would continue to build unity in the class, create positive friendships that would be fun, maybe deeper conversations. So this has been, and this is a required class. This 9th grade, there is no history that's required. Although our history department is looking at a class that they are developing for next year called World Religions and Cultures. They feel the content is so important that it might be considered a required class for 9th grade in the future. Eventually, on the end of this PowerPoint, you'll see that your choices will be to make 3 elective course choices and some optional ones in case we can't fill that. But this will be the basics of the 9th grade class. Let's talk a little bit about math and science. First, math. Here are our math classes. Most 9th graders do start with Algebra 1. If they're going very well and they're getting an A, they're probably going to be recommended to an honors class. The honors classes moves faster, and you just want to make sure that you're maintaining a great grade when you're moving so fast. Your teachers do make the recommendation for the class that you will take. Next is science. Science doesn't move completely in order as we've listed, but you'll see the list of classes that we do have. We've added an AP Physics for next year, which we're really excited about. If you're in advanced math in 8th grade and you're getting an A in science, you would be put into the biology class, but most students will be starting with physical science as a math class. Here is a picture of our pre-registration form. It is blue. On the reverse side of this, you'll see a list of all the courses that you can take for electives. Of course, you'd put your name on the top. You would not need to do anything in this first box since all of these classes will be given to all of every ninth grader. In this box, you'll be deciding between English 9 and Honors English. If you had already applied for Honors English, you will receive notification on March 22nd if you are accepted into that program. And then physical science or biology, choose that based on the conversation that we've just had about whether you're in advanced math and getting an A in science. Okay? And then your math will be recommended to you on March 22nd. Here you have 4 choices for elective. Please turn the page over and look at your elective choices. Many times you'll choose a foreign language for one of these elective choices. If you choose an elective in the flex block, you'll need to choose 2 if they don't run all year long to combine, and that would be written on one line. So if you choose driver's ed or let's see, leadership, those classes would be half of the year and you'd want to combine them. And then we really do need to know if you're going to be involved in a sport because sometimes it will affect your class selection. If you were in a sport like golf where you missed a little bit of class, you might not want to take we might not want to put you in a heavy class that last block of the day in the spring. So please fill that out and then have student and parent signatures. And do know we'll be trying to do the best we can to give you your choices, but we're not able to guarantee elective choices for the freshmen. Okay. Pre-registration forms are due on March 27th at 3:30 in the junior high office. So make sure that Mrs. Hicks does have your pre-registration form before that time so that she can get those in. You do not want to be late. If you're late, you're put at the back and not entered into the automatic lottery of how we do pre-registration. So we've talked about how you'll sign up for classes. You've already applied for honors and the application were turned in and the recommendations will be emailed out by the 22nd of March. If you received your schedule in the summer and there's a mistake or the classes are inappropriate for your level, we're happy to take a look and see if we can change. There'll be a pink change form that will come along with your information, and you can fill that out and ask us to make a change for you. You have up until 3 days into each term when school starts to change a class without anything recorded on your transcript. Okay? I am happy to work with you and help you if I can. My contact information is Vicki Young, and my email is vyoung@krista.net, and my telephone number is 206-289-7769. Please feel free to contact me if I can be of help, and we just hope for the very, very best in your transition and your next year. Thank you so much.